Hey everyone, and welcome back to Speak English Daily, the podcast that helps you sound more natural, more confident, and more fluent in real-life English.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Mike. Thanks so much for joining us today.
We've got a really helpful episode for you. It's something we all go through, no matter where we live or what we do, success and setbacks.
Exactly. Whether you're chasing a personal goal, trying to complete a work project, or just making it through a stressful week, today's expressions will help you talk about what went well and what didn't.
As always, we'll start with a short, natural conversation, a chat between two friends catching up on their week.
Then we'll break down the phrases you heard, explain what they mean, and show you how to use them with confidence. So don't worry if you don't catch every word at first. We're here to walk you through it, step by step.
Let's jump in.
Hey, Maya. I've been meaning to check in. How's your week been going? Weren't you working on that big product launch?
Yeah. I wish I had better news. Honestly, it's been a bit of a disaster.
Oh no. What happened?
Well, I was trying to finalize the product pages, schedule the marketing emails, and prep for a last-minute demo, all at the same time. But of course, things kept falling apart. My design software crashed twice, and the client moved the deadline forward without telling me.
Ouch. That sounds like a lot to deal with. Did anything at least go according to plan?
A few small wins, I guess. I finally got the landing page approved by the legal team, and we launched the early access for one region. So I suppose something went right.
That's something. A win is a win, right? Did you hit all the milestones your manager gave you?
Not even close. I knocked out a few of the smaller tasks, updated the team documents, and responded to the support tickets. But the big goal was to bring in 3 new clients. I only managed one.
Still, that's one more than zero. But I get it. Sometimes you put in so much time and energy, and it feels like you're just spinning your wheels.
Exactly. And it's not like I'm slacking. I'm stretched so thin lately. Some mornings I feel okay, but by afternoon I'm crashing hard. Can't think straight, can't focus, just foggy.
Tell me about it. Some days I feel like I'm doing 5 things at once and still falling behind. I even forgot to eat lunch twice this week, just drink coffee and hoped for the best.
Same. I left my laundry in the machine for 2 days. My brain just checked out. And I've been waking up at 3 a.m. with to-do lists running through my head. It's exhausting.
You need a proper break. Coffee later?
Only if there's cake involved.
Deal. You've earned it just by surviving the week.
Okay, let's dig into some of the key phrases from that conversation. Because, wow, Maya's week, a roller coaster, but super relatable.
So let's talk about that first phrase Maya used, trying to hit a target. You might also hear people say, reach a goal. Both of these mean the same thing. Finishing something important you planned or were asked to do.
Right. Like if your boss gives you a deadline or a number you're supposed to hit, that's a target. And when you meet it, you've hit the target. Simple as that.
Exactly. I remember back when I was working for a nonprofit, our monthly target was to raise $10,000 in donations. That was the goal. Some months we made it, some months not even close.
When I was doing freelance work, one of my personal goals was to send out 5 proposals a week. If I hit that, I felt great. If I didn't, well, I tried again the next week.
And that's the important part. Sometimes we hit the goal, sometimes we don't. But trying to hit a target, just the effort is part of growing.
If you're listening right now and trying to hit a goal, maybe it's studying for an exam, saving money, or even practicing English every day. Remember, just aiming for something counts.
Totally. And that's why this expression is so common in English. You'll hear people say, I hit my fitness goal this month. We finally reached our sales target. Or even, I didn't hit my goal, but I got close.
So let's add that phrase to your vocabulary. Hit a target equals to succeed in doing something you planned. Reach a goal, same meaning.
Coming up next, we'll talk about what to say when, well, things don't exactly go as planned. Spoiler alert, everyone's been there. Let's go.
In English, another way we say that is, it came off.
Yup. If something comes off, it means it succeeds, especially when you weren't sure it would. It's usually something tricky or risky, like a plan, a project, or even a surprise.
Right. There's this feeling of relief when something comes off. Like, wow, it actually worked.
I've got a good one. A couple years ago, I tried organizing a surprise dinner for my parents' anniversary. My brother and I had to secretly invite all their friends, order food, book a space, the whole deal. I was so nervous it would fall apart. But somehow, it came off perfectly. They walked in, burst into happy tears, and I nearly cried too.
That's amazing. For me, it was a class project in college. We were designing an app prototype in a week, and no one on the team had ever coded anything. We stayed up late, watched tutorials, panicked a lot, but in the end, the demo worked. It actually came off.
So that's the magic of this phrase. It carries a bit of surprise. Like, wait, it actually happened.
Here are a few ways you might hear it. I didn't think the plan would work, but it came off. The presentation was risky, but it came off really well. We were behind schedule, but somehow it all came off in the end.
And it works for both big and small wins. Baking a new recipe, fixing a leaky sink. If it succeeds, it came off.
So, remember, come off equals something risky or uncertain ends in success.
Coming up next, what happens when the opposite is true? When you try your best and still nothing works out.
This next phrase, it's a bit painful, but also really real. Your efforts come to nothing.
Yeah, this means you've worked really hard on something. You put in hours, energy, emotion, and in the end, it doesn't work out. You don't get the result you hoped for.
Exactly. It's not just failure. It's that feeling of, what was all that for?
I remember once I spent 2 full weekends preparing a workshop for a tech conference. I made slides, handouts, even recorded bonus videos. And guess what? The day before the event, the whole thing was canceled because the venue had a plumbing issue. All my work came to nothing.
Oh no, that's the worst. I had something similar. I made a full online course last year, recorded everything, edited videos, created quizzes, But then the platform I was using had technical issues for weeks and I couldn't launch it. By the time things were fixed, the moment had passed. It felt like all that effort just disappeared.
Yeah, that phrase really captures that empty feeling. My efforts came to nothing.
Here are some other examples you might hear. She trained for months, but the race got canceled. Her efforts came to nothing. We pitched the idea to 5 investors, but no one was interested. I studied all night, but still failed the exam. All that effort came to nothing.
It's such a tough moment when that happens. You feel like your time, your energy, even your heart was wasted.
But here's the thing. Even if your efforts seem to come to nothing, they still shape you. You learn, you grow, you become more prepared for next time.
Absolutely. Every failed attempt teaches something, and that wisdom, that doesn't disappear. Next up, we'll talk about a phrase that describes what happens when you're on the edge. Not failing, but struggling to keep going.
All right, now let's talk about a phrase that describes those in-between moments when you're not giving up, but you're really struggling.
That word is to falter. When you falter, you lose some of your energy, your confidence, your focus. You're not stopping, but everything feels harder.
Exactly. It's like walking uphill. You start strong, but halfway through, your legs get shaky, your breath gets heavy, and you start asking, can I really finish this?
It's such a human moment. I remember during my first year as a full-time teacher, I started the semester full of ideas, new lessons, fun activities, excitement every day. But by November, I was exhausted. I started doubting myself. My lessons felt flat. I was faltering, not quitting, but unsure if I was really good at this.
I totally get that. When I moved to a new city last year, I was excited at first. New apartment, new job, new routines. But after a couple months, the homesickness hit hard. I didn't know anyone. Grocery shopping felt overwhelming. I remember sitting on my sofa one night thinking, what am I even doing here? That was me faltering.
And that's the key. Faltering is not the end. It's a pause, a wobble, a moment of, I don't know. And everyone goes through it, even the most confident people.
Let's hear some examples. He faltered halfway through his speech, but kept going. She faltered after the rejection, but didn't give up. I started strong, but faltered when things got stressful.
So remember, to falter means you're struggling emotionally, mentally, physically, but you're still moving.
And that's powerful. When you notice you're faltering, take a break, breathe, ask for support, and then keep going.
Coming up next, what happens when life gets so overwhelming you feel like you just can't handle it anymore? Okay, let's talk about a phrase that comes up when life just gets way too heavy. That phrase is, I can't cope.
Right. When someone says, I can't cope, they're not being dramatic. They're being real. It means they feel overwhelmed, like everything is coming at them at once and they just can't deal with it all.
It's not always one big thing. Sometimes it's 100 little things. And then one day, boom, your brain says no more.
I remember a time a few years ago. I was juggling a full-time job, night classes, and trying to plan a move to a new apartment. I thought I had it all under control. But then I missed an important email, forgot to pay a bill, and found myself crying in the car over a parking ticket. That was the moment I said out loud, I can't cope right now.
Oh, I've been there too. When I moved back home after living abroad, I thought it would be easy, but finding a new job, reconnecting with people, adjusting to a new routine, it all piled up. One morning, I spilled coffee all over my laptop and I just broke down. It wasn't about the coffee, it was everything underneath it.
Exactly. That's the thing. The phrase, I can't cope, doesn't mean you're weak. It means you've been strong for too long without a break.
Let's hear some natural examples of how it's used. I can't cope with all this pressure at work. She was trying to be strong, but she couldn't cope anymore. He's been coping with a lot lately, and I think it's catching up to him.
And when you hear someone say, I can't cope, the best thing you can do isn't fix it, it's to be there. Listen, sit with them. Maybe bring coffee. No emails involved.
Absolutely. And if you feel like you can't cope, don't hide it. It's okay to say, I'm not okay. Ask for help. Rest. Take a step back.
Because, like we said at the beginning, success, struggle, mistakes, they're all part of the journey.
Exactly. Every step you take, even when it's shaky, matters. And if you've been feeling like you're faltering or can't cope, just know you're not alone.
You're doing better than you think. So keep practicing, keep learning, and remember,
Even small steps forward are still progress.
thanks for being with us today.
We'll see you next time, right here on Speak English Daily.